Greetings, YouTube. I love innovative ideas. I love summoners that want to grow the game and improve it. And remember, a complaint is only a problem until there's a solution. And so we have this unique time in the game where dueling somebody is being phased out. And that's awesome. It's a great pro player move. Even though I can't tell you how many people have messaged me that freaking Scarlet Witch dual image and be like, Prof, 6-star Scarlet Witch is coming to the contest. Oh my god. And I'm like, no, it's not what that means. Stop getting your hopes up because Kabam made a 6-star Scarlet Witch to duel. I get why that looks cool, but I still won't believe that a 5-star Scarlet Witch will be released until I see it because Kabam Mike has said it will never happen unless they nerf her currently from what she is as a 4-star, and that will create its own separate discussion. Is it worth it to have a 5-star Scarlet Witch if she gets nerfed again, or would you rather just never have one? Wow, that's its own video, but we're not going to take up more time with this video here. You see, a small-scale PvP is this idea that I've heard covered from others, but RNJesus himself, literally a summoner that's name is RNJesus, how cool is that, came up with this idea. So he would like to have a discussion regarding what small-scale PvP the community would enjoy. And so he's been thinking about what it would be like from the game. So a fast-paced, bingeable, not having to wait on refresh timers, rewarding, challenging, competitive, and it's something that kind of reminds him a little bit of Incursions, which we'll get into. So his idea is as follows. With the advent of the new dual target system, there is really no reason to duel specific players, but that could open the door for a PvP duel system. So he envisions a fast-paced matchmaking system which players can queue or challenge each other to compete against another player in real time against the boss rush style map, custom tailored by each player. So before starting, you would choose a defensive team of 5 champions, which could benefit from synergies, opening the door to interesting new game theory and scheming. Additionally, each defender would have X number of nodes, difficulty of nodes varying on players' PI, which you would handpick, like creating your own boss rush. These defenders and nodes could be saved to eliminate the need for repeating the process before each time. Now, I will say, creating your own boss rush is an interesting concept on its own. Now, before we go any further, we know that Kabam has talked about how their servers have a hard time just running incursions every day. So could the game globally actually handle another heavy hit to the server with this kind of thing? Who knows? But hey, an idea is an idea. It's worth a discussion. Similar to incursions, once matched with an opponent, each player would fight parallel to the opponent on separate paths. However, instead of only being able to pick up buffs along the way after fight 2 and 4, you could opt to instead place an additional defensive node on your next defender 3 and 5. The selection of offensive buffs and defensive nodes would be random as buffs are currently in incursions, with 3 of each available for choosing. Fights would be capped at X minutes, with timeouts resulting in 50% loss in current attacker health. Players may not start fight 3 or 5 until the opponent had selected the corresponding buff node for that fight. Time between fights would be capped at 2 minutes to ensure no one could hold another player hostage. A player can forfeit at any point by leaving the match. However, this will result in forfeiting rewards for the match. That is obviously another thing to ask. Well, what happens if you get disconnected, if there's server maintenance, all the usual connection issues that we see in all aspects of the game. Points would be calculated based on combined remaining attacker health, the combined speed in which the player defeats the defenders, and multipliers based on no difficulty based on PI. The system could make suicide masteries a potential asset or detriment to your overall success based on skill, planning, or sabotage your opponent. I would say that is true if you couldn't use items. But if you can use items, which of course if Kabam ever did do this, they'd want to make money. They're a for-profit company after all. That might complicate things. Champion boost would not apply, nor would items be allowed. There you go. The price to enter each match would be 15 units. This should be more than offset by rewards for a win. Rewards would be scaled to difficulty and dependent on whether you won or lost. An example for top tier rewards would be 200 6-star shards, 500 5-star shards, and 10,000 battle chips for a win, and 1/4 of that for a loss. Season rewards would be similar to that of Alliance War, complete with a leaderboard for ultimate bragging rights. Current season rank would be displayed on your profile. So I just want to say that, who knows if this will ever happen, but I think it was worth doing a discussion on this because there's just so much thought and time that went into this for the summoner, and it really does warm my heart to see people who care so much about the game. They're trying to come up with new, unique ideas. Maybe it's 2-3 years down the road, who knows? But just something that's fresh and new, particularly since this dual credit system is going away from what we know it to be, is helpful. And I wanted to spend about 5 minutes on my channel to give this idea its due. RNJesus, thank you for hitting me up with this forum post. Please let me know if you would be interested in something like this in the game in the comments below.